all women, me inclusive. We support women through employment in recycling, waste recovery, technical training in sustainable practices, and inclusive participation in decision making. MD Zoom Lion, Habiba Abubakar, she's female, woman too. We don't talk the talk, we walk the walk in Zoom Lion Nigeria in the Jospong Group. We recognize that women are vital actors in driving community awareness and fostering behavioral change around plastic use and disposal. As part of our strategy, we will launch community sensitization programs across Nigeria in partnership with the Ministry of Environment. We would also collaborate with state governments. Again, driving it will be the Ministry of Environment, private sectors and NGOs to promote plastic alternatives and sustainable practices. Zoom Lion Nigeria remains a strong advocate for policies and partnerships that align with the global commitment to beat plastic pollution. We stand ready to work with all stakeholders here today to build a cleaner, greener Nigeria where plastic waste becomes a resource, not a burden, and where women are empowered to lead the change in environmental innovation. Together, let us turn our passion into action, our challenges into innovation, and our waste into opportunity, especially for the women and the children who stand to gain the most from a greener future. Thank you very much.
Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire has introduced plastic bag ban and extended producer responsibility framework. The ECOWAS Commission is supporting member states to harmonize environmental standards and promote green industrialization. But we must do more collectively and urgently. The ECOWAS Vision 2050 identifies environmental sustainability as a pillar of inclusive development. Tackling plastic pollution is a test of our resolve to act together as government, private sector actors, civil society, and citizens. To this end, a draft regional plastic management plan has been developed with the support from the World Bank. We call upon all stakeholders in the region to invest in eco-innovation and plastic alternative, support community-led waste management solution, strengthen enforcement of environmental regulation, and foster youth-driven climate action because the future belongs to them. As we celebrate World Environmental Day in this ECOWAS Jubilee year, may our legacy be one of action over world solution, over excuse, and unity over indifference. The ECOWAS Commission stands ready to work side by side with Nigeria and all partners to beat pollution, not tomorrow, but today. Let us rise to this moment. Let us protect our environment. Let us secure our common future together. The ECOWAS Commission remains resolutely committed to working alongside member states to beat plastic pollution. Yes, we can. Thank you.
Your hands are not too busy. If your legs are not cramped, you can give him a standing ovation as he walks majestically to the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Minister of Environment, Malam Balarabi Abbas Lawal.
Thank you very much, State has been, I would say, rather promoted to the Minister of Health as Minister of Health there. So you might have read the last year's protocol. Thank you very much. So the Permanent Secretary, Malam Mahmoud Adam Kamari, who I always call as the manager of the ministry, He's the one that actually runs the ministry, and I'm just there looking at him. We want to have a course commission, the president, who is ever represented by Yahoo Bernard Kopi. The UNICEF, I'm so happy that they are here. Dr. Jane Evan, thank you very much for being here with us. Then West Rural Women Energy Security Limited, they are wearing their dress, which I think we have to thank them for always being with us. So thank you very much, and I think for this very nice abada. Senior Vice President Corporate Services Wando, who made a very, very, very strong speech here. I want to thank you very much for the support you have given us as we go along. Then Ms. Alero Balogun. Then the provider of Environmental Expression Limited, who is also here. Then my sister, who came all the way from Ghana, Engineer Habiba. We were in Ghana with her last week, so she came in for this because she didn't have to be back today, but she came back absolutely for this. Habiba Abubakar, the MD of Zoomline Nigeria Limited. Then the director that I hear, particularly Director of Pollution, Managed Control and Environmental Health, because usually I call her Director of Pollution, she's not. She's not Director of Pollution, but Director of Pollution Control. So she's here, and Director PRS, who have actually done most of this preparation, and other directors that are here, and head of agencies that are here, and also members of political corps that are here, and civil society and news groups that are also here. Head of ministries, agencies and departments that are here, our partners, and I want to particularly thank the students that are here. I wish we have been able to invite more students to be here, because most of what have been said here, I think relate to them. For us, this environment, they have a longer time to stay on the planet Earth, so we need to get them involved in trying to protect their home. Then also members of the press and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This to me is a very important day. Particularly the theme of the day is very important for me personally, because I believe that the biggest catastrophe we are facing today is the issue of plastics. Plastic pollution is a very serious issue that we must confront and we must fight earnestly. And linked to plastic pollution is chemical pollution, because climate change has already been the height of today's world. But I believe that we also need to look at chemical pollution, which is also another serious issue that we are going to confront as we go along. So I want to thank the organizers for picking this particular important topic, which I think we need to give much emphasis to. So it is my honor and pleasure to welcome you all to this year's commemoration of World Environment Day. I would like to extend the appreciation of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for your presence and commitment to our environmental stability, which is one of the most pressing challenges of our time. This year's theme, to ending plastic pollution, will resonate with a global agenda that cannot be overstated. Plastic pollution is not just an environmental issue, but also an economic and public health crisis. Every minute, plastic waste is being dumped in our oceans, rivers, and the drainage system, endangering wildlife and contributing to flooding in most of our states. I'm sure we have been witnessing flooding every day. And once we get the flooding, we start crying out. But we find that what are we doing? What are we doing to stop this flooding? In a number of cases, this flooding happens because we block the waterways. By building, by dumping dumps along the waterways, and that will definitely lead to flooding, because they always say that water must find its way. Once water falls down, we find that they will try and find ways, and in doing so, if that way is not available, they pass through our houses, they pass through our farms, and they pass through our schools, and even churches and mosques. And in doing that, they create havoc, they kill, and they destroy. So we must find ways of trying to allow waterways to survive. When the Association of Architects came to me and they went for courtesy call, what I told them is that you are part of our problem, because you are the one who design and assist people to build on waterways. So you must take that as very important, that whenever you are designing anything, any building or any house or office, you must make sure that that house or office is not sitting on the waterway. If you don't do that, you find that you are contributing tremendously to our flooding issues in Nigeria. So we must take that seriously. Like many other nations, Nigeria faces significant challenges in managing plastic waste. Our cities and rural communities suffer from burden of unchecked plastic pollution, ranging from sachet water bags littering our streets, microplastics entering our food chain and causing public health concern. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate World Environmental Day today, I would like to assure you that the federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is committed to a cleaner, greener, and more resilient environment, in line with the renewed hope agenda. We are taking decisive steps to address public pollution at all levels. The Federal Ministry of Environment has developed and is implementing national policy on plastic waste management. Our memo was approved by the Council, and we have been trying to come up with a framework for trying to implement that. We provide strategic framework for reducing plastic use, promoting recycling, and encouraging innovation in alternative use of plastics. That the framework 3 R's. Reduce, that will reduce use of plastic. Reuse, if you must use it, then reuse it. Then just use it and throw it away. So reduce, reuse, and recycle. When you have finished using it, try to make sure that you recycle it. So it's important for us to take the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. We are also supporting innovative circular economy models to drive recycling and promote plastic alternatives, especially across government ministries and department and agencies. And I believe that this catastrophe of pollution can also be a resource for us, can also be a good business for our children and our youth. For example, you found that when I was in Ghana just last week, you found that a large number of youth are being employed in trying to pick these plastics, these sachets from the street, and they're being paid for it. So you find that they are making a lot of money in doing that. And that's what we are going to learn in Ghana, and we are going to establish these industries across the nation in trying to address the problem of pollution, and also using that to provide jobs for our people. Additionally, we have launched the Extended Producer Responsibility Program, which mandates producers to take responsibility for the entire life cycle of their products, from production to disposal. So what we are saying is that we are trying to insist that if you are producing anything, that thing you are producing must have a long life and can be recycled. So that can be used over and over and over again, even if it means forever. So that's what we are trying to insist for all our manufacturers, that they must do that. The ministry is collaborating with key stakeholders across government and industries and society to ensure that environmental policies translate into meaningful impact action. So we're collaborating with everybody, including the industries. We're collaborating with other agencies, the state government, and all those that are concerned in trying to see that we put this across to them. However, we cannot do this alone. The fight against plastic pollution and other environmental challenges must be a people-oriented movement. So it is not just our movement, it is for all of us. We must be the guardian of our environment. So we must try to protect our ecosystem for our children and those that are yet to be born. So we must do that. And I kept on saying that throughout human history, we've been trying to find alternative to our planet Earth. I remember when we were children in the 60s, several attempts were made by nations like the US, the Russia, then USSR, to go to the moon. The attempt is to find out, can we have another planet that can provide sustenance for people? They have done that. They have started that in the 60s, and they are going to Mars now, and many other planets they are trying to go there. But up until this moment, there is no alternative to our Earth. So we must learn to protect this as we have. We must learn to know that there is no alternative to where we are. So we must protect it. So before I conclude this my remark, I would like to express profound appreciation to the staff of the Ministry of Environment for all their efforts. And also our partner, the ECOWAS Commission, which is part of this preparation, which has been very, very supportive in whatever I've been doing in the area of climate change response and sustainable development across West African sub-region. We commend the Commission's continued support to our ministry and its leadership in addressing transboundary environmental issues. And it is important for us to also, or for me to also appreciate what I have said last year. The Commission have actually launched this youth groups and all that, and I'm glad that today we have them and they're doing well, and I think we should do more in this area. And we're also doing similar things in secondary schools, in primary school, and even universities in trying to encourage the issue of environment, planting of trees, trying to address pollution and things like that at various levels at the federal level. So we are going to be working with agencies that are interested. Oxfam is one of them. WANDO can also join in trying to see that we can go across most of the schools, primary school, secondary school, and even universities in trying to create environmental clubs that will address some of these issues. We believe that starting at that level is very important. And when I addressed the Forest Day, which happened in a rural area outside Abuja and in a school environment, I was so happy to find that we are beginning to go out. Last year, if the MC will recall, we had it in a hotel. But this year, I'm so happy that we are doing it outside, looking at the environment as a whole. So I want to commend those who think of doing this here, and I hope that we'll do more like this. Maybe next year we'll go out and do it in a rural area in Kuje or in somewhere that we can see the real environment. For the ladies and gentlemen, as we mark this World Environment Day, I urge everyone here to reflect deeply on how we can individually and collectively end environmental degradation, especially plastic pollution. Let us make conscious choices and become ambassadors of environmental stewardship. Let this day serve as a wake-up call to all and be remembered as a turning point in our fight against the devastating effect of environmental pollution. Together, let us work towards a Nigeria where our waterways are clean, our streets are free of plastic waste, and our ecosystems are protected for generations yet to come. I thank you for all, and I thank all of you for being here, and I want to appreciate you, and we'll wait and be part of the rest of the day. Thank you very much, MC, and I want to appreciate you've been a very, very good MC.
Thank you, sir.
Very, very good MC.
At RUWES, our work focuses on saving lives, protecting and improving the economy for rural and peri-urban women. Our partner, Environmental Expressions Limited, EEL, is a global pioneer in waste management and recycling. At EEL, they believe that waste is the birth of something new. They also realize that the value and opportunities to reuse, reduce and recycle materials, reduce waste, and its overall importance to society is very germane. EEL achieves this by utilizing the latest innovations and technologies while complying with international best practices and waste regulations. EEL is helping to build a better tomorrow through numerous programs and partnerships, deploying advanced technologies in recycling and renewables. At this point, may I then call on the coordinator, Rural Women Energy Security Program, Mrs. Ella Jumaima, and the proprietor, Environmental Expressions Limited, Engineer Habib Ahmed, to please come up to the table where they will sign the MOU.
The woman. They say train a woman and train what? A nation. So we will do, while we're focused on women, from women it will translate to the children, and of course we would have a greener and better environment. So Josport Group, Zoom Lion Nigeria, we're here to partner, we're here to champion the cause of environmental sustainability. Thank you very much. My name is Habiba Abubakar.